Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Addict and it has been a long time since I sat down to record a video for YouTube, so I don't really know what I'm doing anymore. But that's okay, we're here anyway and it's gonna be a great time. I really wanted to sit down and film this video today because I've been meaning to do it for weeks and it is high time because it is literally the 31st of December today and I'm planning on getting this video out tonight or tomorrow if possible. So I'm running it right up to the red line in terms of time. But you know, I've always been that kind of person. I was that person writing their essay the night before and like my best work would come out the night before, like submission and everything. So hopefully it'll be a great video. But yeah, holy crap, it's the 31st of December today. 2025 is basically over. The year has disappeared. It has flown by. I don't know where it's gone, but here we are on the brink of a brand new year. And I am someone who does enjoy looking ahead into a beautiful new year. You know, I think it's always exciting to go up a year and see what the next year is going to hold, even though, yes, I realize it's literally just another day. But yeah, I can't believe it. The year flew by and here we are on the brink of another January and another year. So obviously the channel has been dead, very quiet, and I haven't been uploading. And I would first of all, as always, like to apologize for that. I will get into why that has been the case here in a minute, but if you follow me on sort of my wider circles of Tea Addict, you will know that I have been around. I haven't been active on YouTube, but I've been active on Twitch. I have been pretty regular with streaming all year. I have been active on my Discord. I have been active on Tumblr. I learned to mod this year. I learned to literally like create Sims 2 mods with the help of some amazing modders who gave me a hand with that. So yeah, I've been around. I have definitely been still within the Sims 2 community. I just haven't been active on this platform in particular. So 2025 was a challenging year for me, a transformative year. I know it's a year that I'm going to think back to in years ahead and be like, that was sort of like a red letter year for me, like a real turning point in my life. And again, I'll get into why that has been the case here in a minute, but I just, you know, it's amazing how when you're going through something, it can feel like just a complete mess. But then when you sort of turn around and look back on it, you're like, wow, actually like a lot happened and that was tough and I am still here and I've gotten through it and I've made some amazing friends. Again, like thanks to, you know, learning to mod and just being active within my Discord and everything. So I just want to give a shout out to those of you who have stuck with me this year and have been, you know, a member of my community. I love you guys very much. And if you are one of the amazing modders who helped me learn how to mod, just adore you. But yeah, I have mostly been busy struggling with life over the last year. Life has been pretty intense, you know, just between being a mum of 2 young kids. I got a job. I started working a job again this year, mostly from home, but still, you know, a job that with work that had to be done. And also just running my house. It was another year of a lot of sickness for us. There was another couple of months there where we were pretty much ill every other week. And so that's eaten up a lot of time for sure. But it's also been the hardest year I've had in a long time in terms of my mental health. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about my mental health today and what's been going on. I'm going to try to be pretty vulnerable, pretty open, so please be kind in the comments. But it's been a really tough year for me mentally. And as I said, like a bit of a transformative year, I think, and a year that I'm going to look back to as hopefully like a turning point in my mental health and my journey through life. Dancing through life, skimming the surface, gliding where turf is smooth. So yeah, I guess to start off with, I struggled, you guys. I struggle. I'm a human and I have a history. If you've been around the channel a while, you will know I have a history of struggling with cyclic depression. I've been diagnosed with severe cyclic depression disorder in the past, and it has been an ongoing thing that I have been managing back since about 2017, 2018. With the advent of becoming a mother and having 2 small, needy humans who need me all the time, every day, 24/7, I have struggled. Now, let me preface this this by saying I love my kids. They are amazing. They are the best thing that's ever happened to me. They are the hardest thing that's ever happened to me, but the best. Amelia, my daughter, is 2 years old now. She is the light of my life. She is just the most beautiful little girl. And oh, my husband and I just watch her and smile every single day because she's doing something adorable, something funny. She is just like me in terms of she loves music and dance and creativity. She loves to sing. She is very attracted to music, guitar, piano. She knows all the words to her favorite songs. She's literally just turned 2 on December 1st this year. But yeah, she is the light of my life. And Aiden, my son, is 3.5 now. And he's so funny. He's like a piece of me that just grew legs and started running around in the world. He is my little dude. He is very challenging at the moment. Mamas in the comments, sound off, but age 3. Whew, are we okay? If you have a 3-year-old, are you okay? Because age 3 is tough, man. He is, and my son, because he's my son, is very, very stubborn. He's a natural sort of leader. He likes to do things his way. He's constantly pushing and testing all my boundaries all the time. And because he's just like me, sometimes it can be very triggering. But he is like a piece of my heart that like just grew legs and started running around, and I love him so much. So everything I'm about to say about how much I've struggled with mental health and everything since becoming a mum, like my kids are the best thing that's ever happened to me. But it's hard. It's hard work. I have a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old, and they need me a lot. They're tiny little people, and they're learning how to human, and I'm learning how to mum. We're both trying to learn how to regulate emotions properly because 90s babies were not taught how to regulate our emotions. And it's been really challenging. So this year, as I said, I have struggled with depression throughout my life. I was in therapy throughout pregnancy and childbirth and everything, just sort of keeping an eye on how things were going. The therapist that I'd been working with throughout my pregnancy and postpartum journey we kind of reached a point where she felt like she had done as much with me as she could, because we were getting to discover like the real root cause of my sort of mental health issues. And it wasn't so much about like postpartum hormones. It was, some much deeper underlying stuff from childhood, and something that I've struggled with my whole life in terms of body image and being a bit overweight up and down and all of this kind of thing. So she ended up referring me back to my GP, who then referred me to go and get a psychiatric assessment for eating disorders. And so this all happened back way earlier this year, but I went in, I saw a very, very smart man, Dr. Randall, who was a psychiatrist, and he basically pegged my entire personality within the space of a 55-minute chat. And that was quite confronting. Psychiatrists are very smart. And he basically diagnosed me with disordered eating. So I have emotional binge eating disorder, which basically just means that I eat to deal with my feelings, and I eat when I'm sad, and I eat when I'm angry, and I eat when I'm happy, and I eat all the time too much food. I use food for much more than I should, which is just, to fuel my body. And because of this, I had stacked on the weight. I am currently still the heaviest I've really been in my life, other than when I've been pregnant. And so I was put on a new path of trying to deal with this underlying emotional eating disorder. I started working with a new therapist, and she's great and I love her. We started working together sort of back in June or July. And I also was put on the strongest antidepressants I've ever been put on in my life. So I'd been managing the last couple of years with no antidepressant medication. I did go on antidepressants briefly back in 2018, only for like a month or two, but I have been on antidepressants most of this year, and it's been a journey of finding the right antidepressant and switching medications and finding the right dosage. I have an amazing GP, and she has been by my side helping me through all this as well. So I feel like I've had a really good team around me this year, but I am currently on the strongest antidepressants I've ever been on in my life. And there's just been a lot of, I guess, diving in and trying to unpack a lot of stuff, dealing with a lot of stuff. Psychology kind of talks about everyone has their stuff. And I have a lot of stuff, and becoming a parent brought up a lot of stuff because my childhood was far from all rosy and perfect. My childhood was actually very traumatic in a lot of ways, and it was a real struggle in a lot of ways. Nothing like big T trauma, but just a lot of like emotional deprivation and sort of little T trauma. And so like all of this stuff has just been coming up, and especially like being a parent just shines a bright spotlight on a lot of that stuff, because suddenly you're looking at a miniature version of you and you're remembering when you were a kid, or you might see your parent interacting with your child and be like, wait, no, don't do that. You did that to me and it messed me up. Like there's all this stuff. So it's just been a really big year in terms of all that. I have been on a journey to try to get to the bottom of a lot of this kind of stuff, struggling with my health, and that has been the main thing that has kept me off of YouTube. The other things that have kept me off of YouTube have been time pressures. YouTube is amazing, but to edit a video takes time, and time has been a very limited resource for me, as well as just like mental energy. Like you might have heard the term the mental load that mothers carry. Whew, boy. And so to have the time and the mental energy to edit videos has just not been something that I have had in the last year. With everything that's been going on and everything I've been dealing with, it's just not really been possible for me to sit down and really edit videos. I could record them because recording only might only take like half an hour, an hour, but to edit a video then takes 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, and that's just time that I haven't had. So all of that to say, it's been a tough year. On top of all, my mental health stuff and my journey, my husband has also been going through his own journey with mental health. He was diagnosed ADHD, and so he's been through a massive journey too to find the right medication to help him with his ADHD. This actually makes him AUDHD. He's autistic and has ADHD, which is quite a lot, and it's been a lot for him to deal with. He's also started on a new therapy journey, so between the pair of us, we're basically just a hot mess raising two beautiful little kids and trying our best. So it's been intense. It's been a really full-on year, and so that is basically why the channel has been pretty dead. And as I said, I'm really sorry that I haven't been present here on YouTube. I did see that we climbed past 9,000 subscribers, which is amazing. And I am so grateful for that. And I don't want to just let the channel slowly rot away into nothingness. But it has just not been possible for me to be present here. I have, as I said, been present on Twitch. Streaming is a lot easier because you just turn up, you stream, you have fun, and then you go. There's not that time pressure of doing the editing and the follow-up and the creating the YouTube thumbnail and the doing this and the doing that. So I have been able to do that. And as I mentioned, I did learn to mod, and I fell in love with coding there for quite a while. I still love modding. I haven't been modding as much lately, but I really like coding. It's really fun. Poppy, who taught me a lot about modding, has said that I should be a coder or a programmer. And I'm like, I probably would be pretty good at it and find it pretty fun. But yeah, so I did do that, and that actually caused me to lose quite a lot of sleep. Not over the big stress, but just I was so addicted to coding that I would just stay up until like midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning just coding mods, like, oh, this is so cool. Oh, I could do this, and oh, I could do that, and oh, I wonder if I could do. So there's been all this stuff. So that's where I've been. That's what's been going on. It is New Year's. Where does this leave me for the year ahead for 2026? I don't know. I'm really nervous about promising anything because I don't know. It's hard. I would really, really love to go full-time YouTube content creator, full-time, Twitch streamer, YouTube content creator, Sims 2 modder, and just make this my life and be a mum most of the time, and then as my side hustle do this, and it, make some money and have a lot of fun, and this would be my life. I would love to do that. That is my eventual goal. That is what I would like. That is my end goal. It has always been my end goal pretty much since I started a YouTube channel. I wanted to be a full-time YouTuber. And I still have that goal. I still have that dream. It's just the doing it is tricky. I would love to sit here and be like, I'm coming back to YouTube. I'm going to be doing a Sims 2 series, a Sims 3 series, some other fun videos, a video about how I learned to mod, and a video about this and a video about that. And I really, really, really would love to do all of that. But I just don't know if that's possible and if that's something I should focus on right now, because really moving ahead into the new year, my focus is on my health. My focus is on getting better from everything that I've been diagnosed with, getting my eating disorder treated and more under control. I'm still on that journey, and we will be continuing to work together into the new year, but I'm by no means healed in terms of eating instead of processing emotions. I would like to get my physical health under control. Me and a couple of other dear members of my Discord community, we have formed a little group to set some goals for 2026 and keep each other accountable and lose weight together, hopefully, and just, talk about our struggles. And I'm really excited about that. It's the first time I've ever done something like this, and, been really open about what I want to achieve in the new year and have a group of people doing it with me. I'm like, oh, this is kind of scary, but really exciting. I will have my therapist on board with me, making sure I'm doing it in a safe way and I'm not triggering my eating disorder by trying to lose weight. It's very complicated for me, but I do really want to be a healthier person in the new year. That's my number one goal. I would like to wean off my medication. I would like to sleep well, eat well, drink a lot of water, just be, a happy, healthy person in 2026. And I know you might look at me and be like, what do you mean, T? You're clearly a happy, healthy person. Most of the time, sometimes. But I have cyclic depression. So what that means is I will have good periods. Like right now, I'm in a really good period. And then I will have really bad periods. Really bad periods where it's hard for me to shower myself every day and, just show up and do the things that I need to do every day. So trying to limit those lows and limit the severity of those lows is very high on my to-do list. And I hesitate to sit here and promise YouTube activity when if I go into one of those cycles, it could become really difficult for me to continue to show up and produce content. So I've got a little bit of work to do on healing, I guess, my trust in myself. I don't really trust myself to be able to consistently show up, but I would love to. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm still working out if it would even be remotely financially viable for me to do this full time. As I mentioned last year, I did actually have a job, a paid job. That was a short-term contract, which ended at the start of December. So I haven't been working for December. And ironically, I've had a pretty good December. I've been a lot mentally better. So maybe having a job wasn't actually as good for me as I thought it was going to be. I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet if in the new year I should seek a new contract. I've been working again with the University of South Australia, and the university will probably have more contracts for me next year if I put some feelers out and say, hey, I'm looking for some work. I might be able to find something. We do kind of need a little bit of supplementary income from me because in Australia right now, the cost of living is astronomical, which I'm sure a lot of you around the world can relate to. So I don't know yet if it's even financially viable for me to go full-time tea addict, but mentally viable is I guess the part where I am still not sure. So I don't know if that's a very satisfying channel and life update for you guys. Maybe it's a satisfying life update, maybe not so satisfying in terms of channel update, but I want to be here. I want to post content to YouTube. My intention is to post content to YouTube, but it is going to be secondary to my intention and my goal to improve my health in the new year. That's kind of where I'm at, and that's kind of where I've been, and that's what's been going on. I just wanted to be really, as I said, really open with you guys, share all that, and let you know that I'm here, I'm good, I'm alive, I'm in a good place at the moment, and I have a great community around me, as I said, and things are going well. I'm hoping to continue this, and I would love to know if you have your own goals for 2026, let me know in the comments. I have so many different health related goals. It's ridiculous. I have so many little itty bitty things that I know sort of contribute to this picture, the bigger image of being a healthy person. There's eating and drinking and exercising. Sure, those are probably the three biggest things. Also sleeping, 4 really big things: eating, drinking, exercising, sleeping. But then there's also a lot of little things that I want to accomplish this year. I want to get better with my self-care and with my skincare. I want to wean off my medication. I want to put more effort into just like dressing nicely every day, because when you're home all day with 2 kids or you're working from home, you can kind of just rot in your sweatpants and your tracky dacks and your hoodie and whatever, like your t-shirts. You don't really need to look nice, but the way we dress does have an impact on how we feel mentally, so I want to put more effort into that. I want to do a lot of little things. I'm in the middle of sort of decluttering my house, deep cleaning different areas of my house, getting rid of stuff. There's lots of little things. So let me know some of your goals in the comments. I would love to hear them. And if you have any tips for me on recovering from a binge eating disorder, let me know about that too. But yeah, that's where I'm at. And I just wanted to pop on here, let you all know what's been going on and say that I'm here. I also want to wish you all a very, very happy new year. I hope you all had a good Christmas too. And yeah, may 2026 be a good year for us. And hopefully I'll have a very different channel and life update video at the end of this next year. But yeah, that's all from me today. I hope that you all are well. I hope that you are all loved and happy, and that you are also feeling good about the new year ahead. Everybody take care. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.